Today, I'm adding one of the greatest footballers of all time to this team until it manages to go invincible. We're starting off with Ipswich, and unsurprisingly, they did get relegated. So they ended up finishing 18th, and they're going down to the championship. But we get to add one GOAT to this team. And the good news is, I have complete choice. And there's only one man I want for the job. And obviously, the first player I'm going to get is the greatest footballer of all time, in my opinion. I'm going to sign Lionel Messi, first of all. He's 96 rated and 19 years old once again. We're going to sign him and add prime Lionel Messi to our team. There we go. The first move is made. We pick up Messi for €0. And now this Ipswich team with prime Messi is actually pretty damn good. But we're going to keep adding players. We're going to add one GOAT every season until we do inevitably end up winning without a single loss. But next year, we're going to have prime Messi in the championship. So let's see how much he can dominate. We're back at the end of the season and we are in the playoff final, but we lost to Southampton. So we didn't even get promoted. As it turns out, prime Lionel Messi couldn't get us promoted back to the Premier League. He did get 25 and 11 though, so he got the most goals and the most assists for this team. But that's pretty bad. I kind of expected Messi to do a bit better, but there is great news to this. Of course, we can get another player for this team, and I think we're going to need a formation change because I think I'm going to buy another one of the greatest players of all time. Obviously, I mean, that's kind of the whole point of the video, but still, you know what I mean. And that man is Cristiano Ronaldo. We're putting Messi and Ronaldo on the same team right now. Obviously, they're two of the greatest footballers of all time, but I can't wait to add even more GOATs to this team. Ronaldo is just the start. So is Messi, to be fair. We're going to need a full team of GOATed players if we're going to think about winning every single game. Or not winning every single game, but going invincible, you know, because 38-0 is like kind of impossible. And now with Messi involved, here is Cristiano Ronaldo. He's away on international duty at the moment, but he's 97 rated. He's actually slightly better than Messi, which is controversial to say the least. But yeah, we have Messi and Ronaldo now. Let's see how much better we can make this team, and let's see if we can get promoted from the championship. Season 3 now. Let's see if we can get back to the Premier League at least. Back at the end of the year, and again we lost in the playoff final. Oh my god, 2 years in a row that's happened now. That is heartbreaking. Oh my god. To be honest, that kind of tells me that we need to reprioritize our focus here. We do have Messi and Ronaldo, so up front we're kind of covered. Maybe we need a goalkeeper or a defender. I mean, I could get a goalkeeper. It could be really advantageous for us because we are conceding a lot of goals, and our goalkeeper's injured. That doesn't really help either. But I kind of have my pick of the bunch. Who scored more goals though? Was it Messi or Ronaldo? It was Ronaldo. He was playing up front, but Messi did get 15 assists, so that's pretty good as well. To be honest, like, yeah, they both did really, really well going forward, but we need more defensive stability, I think, which kind of informs me on my next signing that I think I should make. Because like I said, we have the attackers, and honestly, a goalkeeper probably wouldn't be the worst, and I know exactly who to get. That man is Lev Yashin. He's currently playing for Chelsea, but obviously we can sign one GOAT per year, and I think I'm going to pick Lev this time around. And the deal is done. Where are you, Lev? There you are, Lev Yashin. So that might be a little bit more defensively stable for us. I'm hoping that's the case anyway. I mean, we could always get maybe a centre-back next year or something like that, but I still want to get like Ronaldinho, Pele, Ronaldo, Zidane. I want to get all of those guys, obviously. We ended the season in 3rd place in the championship. That's so tough. We got 100 points and we didn't get promoted, and the other two guys got 101. Do you know how unlucky that is? The odds of that are tiny. That is ridiculous. We got 100 points in the championship and it wasn't enough to get promoted. And on top of that, we made the EFL Cup semi-final as well. So we are really, really good. We're just not putting it together for some reason, but you know what? I'm not worried. I'm not worried. So now we're into the next season. I suppose we're appropriate again to just simulate and see what happens, but I really, really expect to get promoted this season, especially with Lev Yashin in nets. Literally the best goalkeeper ever and the only goalkeeper to ever win the Ballon d'Or. So let's see what we can do. Maybe next year I'll add a midfielder or a defender. I'm not sure. Maybe even an attacker. I mean, damn, I could get Ronaldinho. I wouldn't mind that, would I? But anyway, that's a decision for later. For now, we're going to simulate again and see if we can get promoted this year. We're here again at the end of the year and we won the league. Thank God. 117 points. That is dominant. Thank God. Okay, so the addition of the goalkeeper, Lev Yashin, definitely made a difference. Wolves got 105 points and it wasn't enough to get promoted. That is insane. That's even worse than us last year. But oh well, that's not really my problem. Ronaldo, Messi, and Yashin. But who else are we going to add to this team? I'm not quite sure, but I think I might try and add a centre mid to replace Humphreys here because he is the lowest rated player in the starting 11. So I think it makes sense. Who could we get for centre mid? Well, I think there's one option that really stands out to me, and it's a man called Zinedine. Zinedine Zidane is 94 overall. He also plays for Arsenal, but I mean, I can just buy him, you know, I can just take him off their hands and take them for me. So I'm going to buy Zinedine Zidane and he's going to play centre mid for us. Isn't that insane? Okay, and there we go. So Zidane will go into centre mid there, and all of a sudden we're a little bit more creative. I could also play Messi right wing and then play Zinedine Zidane at cam if I really wanted to, but maybe we'll do that in the future because there's not as many great wingers. For example, I could play Messi right wing and play Pele at cam, but it'd be a bit more difficult to to play Messi or to play Pele on the wing. Or maybe when R9 comes in, I could find a way to get Messi on the wing. I don't know. Either way, for the moment, that's what we're going to run with. We're going to have added Zidane to this team. I do want to check like other trophies though. Did we do well in any other competitions? Sunderland won the FA Cup. Chelsea won the Carabao Cup. And no, we're not really in anything else. Champions League winners were AC Milan. Maybe that'll be us one day. But for now, we're going back to the Premier League. We've added a player for next season as well. Zinedine Zidane. I wonder what impact he is going to make onto this squad. Hopefully enough to maybe bring us to the top half of the Premier League. Maybe look at Champions League qualification. Set us up for adding another goat to the starting 11 to maybe try and go invincible. Back in June and we finished 11th, so almost top half. Pretty decent season though. We were like basically average in the Premier League. Kind of expected a little bit more, but then again, this team is really nice. Where is Messi? Oh, there's Messi. Okay, he's 98 rated now as well. That's nice. But who to add to this team? Well, you know, I think we should probably add a defender at some point, but I really want like Pele or even like R9. I think we should get Pele though. I think we should make Messi a winger and get Pele. I think let's get Pele. He's 22 years old. He plays for Manchester City, but now he's going to come and play for Ipswich. Pele, man. Oh my God. And there is Pele, 95 rated. I need to make Messi a right winger, but that's no problem at all. That'll be easy. Now we just need 2 more attackers to fill out the attack. Although I can't really play Pele at centre mid. I would like to though, and then maybe get like Ronaldinho. I want to get Ronaldinho and R9. I want to find a way to fit them all into the team. Maybe I'll change the formation, but then I also need defenders. Anyway, maybe the addition of Pele will take us into the European spots. I think we need to finish 7th or higher to qualify for Europe, and we were only 6 points off, so maybe that'll be the difference. And we were only 9 points off the Champions League, so maybe we're doing really, really well. Maybe we have a really good chance of getting into Europe next season. Let's see. We finished 11th in the Premier League last year, and this year we finished 7th. Okay, so we are improving. Adding all these goats onto the same team is really improving the team. We qualified maybe for the Conference League, I think. Barely as well, by the way, but I think we did. It's a very slight improvement for Pele, which means that I think we need some defenders, in particular a centre back, but it is good. We're doing well here. We already have 5 new goats on this team, and we're going to add one right now, but we definitely need a centre back. So who's the best centre back of all time? Well, that's a difficult argument to make, but some might say Paolo Maldini, and well, I think that's the player that I'm going to pick up. That's going to be my centre back, my first centre back anyway. Of course, I'm going to probably need another one if we're going to go invincible. And there's Paolo Maldini added to the team. I don't know why I'm just doing up the right-hand side of the team. I don't know. I just feel like it kind of makes sense. Maybe I'll move Zidane over to the left side. Okay, that looks good. That actually might really, really help us. I still think we could need another centre back, but maybe a left back next year, because the left back that we do have is significantly worse than everyone else. So maybe the left back is the way to go. But I'm not particularly worried about that right now. Right now, I'm kind of focused on next season. We're going to be in Europe for the very, very first time, which is an opportunity to win a trophy. We didn't win any trophies this year, right? Actually, how far were we off the title? So we had 58 points and the title at 76. So we were 18 points off. We didn't win the FA Cup and we didn't win the Carabao Cup either. Champions League is Barcelona versus Leipzig. Okay. Well, it's only a matter of time before we're there as well. We're going to simulate a season again. We finished 7th this year. Let's see how much improvement Paolo Maldini can make to this team. And let's see next year who could we add to make this team even better. Also, if you enjoy these types of videos, please hit the subscribe button. It would mean an awful lot to me. I put a lot of effort into these videos. I'm trying to hit 100,000 subscribers, so it would mean an awful lot. Thank you so much. And yeah, let's keep going with the video. Last year we finished 7th. This year we finished 4th. We're into the Champions League for the first time. Let's go. And we were only 6 points off the title as well, so we're slowly creeping up the table. Were we in the Conference League? I don't know. I don't think we were. What about the Europa League? Were we in the Europa League? No, we weren't. Okay, so we weren't in Europe last year, but this year we're going to be in the Champions League. Okay, that's really, really good. This is obviously the team. I think I'm going to have to add a left back to this team. Like, we have Clark, Greaves, and Leonard just for the time being, but I think we desperately need a left back. And there's one man for the job. When you're looking at left backs, especially with some of the GOAT left backs of all time, it's kind of only one man for the job. And that man is Roberto Carlos, obviously. I mean, shout out Ashley Cole, I guess, but Roberto Carlos slides in at left back. And all of a sudden, we're 4 players off having a team of GOATs only. We are right there. Messi's 99 rated. Ronaldo's 98 rated. We are almost there. The addition of Roberto Carlos is going to make a massive difference. He's what? How much ratings higher? 15 ratings higher. So I think we could have a bit of the run of the Champions League, and I think we can have a bit of a run at the Premier League as well. Do you think we can actually win our first trophy next season? Because I kind of do. Next year, we're going to be replacing Clark, and I'm definitely getting a left winger. Or actually, maybe a centre mid instead of Hutchinson. I'm not sure. I should make that decision. Maybe I will. Anyway, we'd better simulate. Let's go to next season. Let's see how we do in the Champions League, and let's see how we do in the Premier League as well, because I think we could win our first trophy. Okay, I'm actually here at the start of the next season. It turns out we're in the Europa League, even though we finished 4th, which is really weird. Did our UEFA coefficient go down or something? I don't know. But for some reason, we're in the Europa League. Either way, we're in European competition. That's the point. Just thought I'd give a little bit of a disclaimer. Let's go to the end of the year anyway and see if we can do well in the Europa League. League. See if we can win the Premier League. Here we go then. The end of the year. Oi, we did win the title on 70 points. We won by a single goal on goal difference. Oh my god, that is wild. I didn't actually expect us to win the title. We won on the final day against Fulham to win the title. We lost 2 of our last 3 games. Oh my god, the panic. I would have lost my poor life. Okay, how are we doing in other competitions? We won the FA Cup. Okay, that's nice. And we won the Carabao Cup. We did the domestic treble. We did the domestic treble. Did we push it further though? Did we win the Europa League? No, that went to Girona. We got knocked out in the quarterfinals against Aston Villa. But that is a major year of progress for us. The addition of Roberto Carlos has been massive. Actually, our team's actually kind of developing quite well, like the other players like Greaves and Leonard and Philogene. But I think it's time to get a centre mid. Hutchinson is effectively 80 overall. It says he's 83, but he's -3, so he's effectively 80 overall. He's the weakest player in our team at the moment, so we may as well get another central midfielder, and I'm not quite sure who I should get. So this is the dilemma I'm left with. Diego Armando Maradona is the highest rated player here, and I could get him for the midfield, but he's not really a traditional centre mid. He's more of an attacking player, more of a placing the kind of the 10 role, just sitting behind the striker. Johan Cruyff and Bobby Charlton are kind of the same. With regards to centre mids, Lothar Matthäus is honestly probably the option I'd take, just because he's really well rounded compared to Xavi and Pirlo, who are slightly weaker when they don't have the ball. But then R9 is there as well, and also, by the way, Ronaldinho, who is not even on the list. Okay, there we go. I added Ronaldinho to the list. So who can I pick up? I'm not quite sure who's best. My gut kind of tells me Lothar Matthäus is the right choice, or it's the obvious choice. It's certainly the kind of responsible choice, but I kind of want Maradona, man. Either way, I'm gonna have to make a decision. I think it's more fun for the video if I take Maradona over Lothar Matthäus, so I think I'm gonna take Maradona, and we're gonna put Maradona into midfield. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, yeah, okay, I've just got to go with it. Okay, yeah, that's my final choice. I'm just going with it. Maradona to midfield, that's it. Or actually, no, we don't have to put Maradona in midfield. We could play Maradona on the wing. He is 95 rated. He's got the pace, the shooting, and the passing, and the dribbling to play on the wing. If we put Messi on one wing and Maradona on the other, I think that's fine. I actually think that works. I am going to stick with Maradona as the signing for this year. I know it's not particularly like meta or whatever, because we did have Philogene out there anyway, and Hutchinson we do need to replace, but it's only right to have Ronaldo, Messi, Pele, and Maradona, I think. Anyway, we'll replace centre mid next year. We will probably get Lothar Matthäus, but we might not even need him. We might go Invincible next year. Who knows? We did win the Premier League this year. Obviously, we didn't go Invincible. We only got 70 points. We lost 80 games, so we have a lot of cleaning up to do next season. Let's see if we can get more wins on the board, and let's see if we can get closer to that Invincible status that I really, really want. Also, let's see how we can do in the Champions League. Our first year in the Champions League. That'll be exciting. I just hit my desk. Whoops. End of the next season, and we are top of the Premier League. I don't think that's enough points to have gone Invincible, and we didn't. We got 6 losses though, so it is improvement, but we're going to need some more. How did we do in the Champions League? We didn't win it. Unfortunately, Real Madrid did, and oh, they knocked us out in the quarterfinals. Okay, so there's no shame in that really, because we still do have some like mid players in this team that we need to replace. Armando Maradona did very well out on the wing, but okay, even more than a centre mid this year, we need another centre back. Okay, so we're putting centre mid on the back burner for another year, but I mean, it doesn't really matter. Let's go and get a really, really good centre back. Who can we even get? Okay, for defenders, I could get more Baresi, Franz Beckenbauer, or Carlos Alberto. I don't really need a right back, but when I do need a right back, Carlos Alberto is a shoo-in for that. But for centre back, probably gonna have to go with Franz Beckenbauer. I think it makes the most sense. One of the best centre backs of all time. We're gonna go and pick this guy up, and yeah, we're gonna add him to the team. So this is the team now. It's almost full of the best players of all time. All we're left with is Omari Hutchinson and this random Leonard auto-generated guy. Shout out Omari Hutchinson for surviving to this point in the video. Next year, we're gonna be pushing for Champions League wins. I mean, suppose this year we were pushing for Champions League wins, but you know what I mean. Let's see if we can go even further. Let's see if we can push towards that Invincible season. We only lost 6 games this year. We lost 8 games the year before. Let's see how many we'll be able to lose this time around. Hopefully, obviously none, but I reckon that we still have a few more years to go. Let's see what we can do. Back on June the 1st, and we won the Champions League, so that's cool, but we didn't manage to go Invincible. We lost 4 games, so we're making progress from 8 down to 6 down to 4 now. Back-to-back-to-back titles for us, though, and obviously a Champions League win 1-0 in the final over Juventus. So yeah, we're making progress in the Premier League, which is really, really good, but it's also like we need to get going now. We've won the Champions League. It's time to go Invincible. I think next year could be the year, especially, oh my god, Leonard's actually actually really, really good. Okay, we're definitely getting a centre mid this year. I can promise you that. Sorry, Omari, mate. You've been a great servant to the club, but yeah, your time is up. And obviously, we still have our transfer list here to check. And it's centre mid. Yeah, like we're looking at Lothar Matthäus, to be completely honest. We could go mental and get Cruyff or something like that, but no, that's not the way to go, I don't think. Let's sign up Lothar Matthäus. I think that's definitely the best decision. And there we go. Lothar Matthäus is now into the team, and this is what the squad looks like. It kind of is a team of goats. Is this enough to go invincible? Honestly, maybe it is. Let's see. Anyway, we're going to simulate out maybe to January next season, and we're going to see if we're on for the invincible season, because we lost 4 games last year, but with that addition in midfield, that really cleans us up. Maybe that'll make us more secure, and maybe that puts us on for the invincible year. Let's see. Like I said, I'll see you all in January. Actually, before, let me just renew the contract of this right back. Okay, there we go. And let me check who scored the most goals. Okay, so it was Messi, and then Ronaldo, then Pele, then Maradona. Most assists for Pele at Cam. Instrumental in that number 10. That's really, really good. The team seems to be clicking pretty damn well. I mean, we won the Champions League. Of course, they're clicking pretty well. But let's go to January, and let's see if we're still on for the invincible season. Or the invincible season. You did not hear a voice crack. You just didn't. All right, we are back in January, and our next game is an FA Cup game. That's interesting. But what about in the league? We are unbeaten. We're unbeaten. 17 wins and 3 draws with no losses. Okay, that's good. Brentford are in second place. Shout out Brentford, I guess. But yeah, look at all these results. Okay, so we've only drawn a few games all year. We did lose in the Cup and in the Champions League, but obviously they're in the Cup and the Champions League, not the Premier League, and we care about the Premier League absolutely most. So yeah, we're still doing really well in that. We're still going. We're on for the invincible season. I think I'm going to go to May now, just before our final few games. Let's see if this team of goats can win an undefeated Premier League trophy. That would be insane. The first team to do it since Arsenal did it in 2003-04. So yeah, I'm going to sim for 5 months now. Actually 4 months, isn't it? Because January, February, March, April, and we're going to the 1st of May for our last 3 games. Let's see if it's still on. Back on the 1st of May, we're in the Champions League semi-final against Real Sociedad. We drew the first leg 2-2, but in the Premier League, we are still undefeated. 9 draws, but we are still undefeated with 3 games to go. We could get up to 96 points in total. I mean, we've already won the title. We're 20 points clear, for goodness sake, but there's only 3 more games to go. First of all, the Champions League semi-final against Real Sociedad. Can we get a win in this game? It's not. We're not going to get a win. Okay, so we're out of the Champions League, but that's not really our priority. Let's see if we can close out the Premier League season with 3 results. Let's go. Come on. Okay, first game is a 1-0 win. That's good. Actually, I'm a little bit nervous. I really want this to go well. I've been simulating for ages, and Chelsea, we're going to get a win in as well. 3-1. We're down to the final day of the season, and it's against Aston Villa for immortality. Here we go. Can we do enough to go invincible? Come on, the boys, please. Yes. Oh my God, we got that close. Let's go. Messi in the 86th minute saves us invincibility. Probably the greatest footballer of all time is the tipping scale, and we did it. That is not a phrase, the tipping scale. You know what I mean, though. He's the difference maker. That's what I was supposed to say. Maradona with a brace and Messi with the equalizer, and we have done it. I built a team of goats until we went 38-0, or we went invincible, whatever it is. Having that said, thank you so much for watching this video. Please hit that subscribe button as well. It would mean an awful lot to me. If you enjoyed this video, click this video next. It's made for you and it's tailored to your taste. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.